Hey, what is up, you guys? We're gonna see if I still got it. So we got a few folks on vacation this week, and Aaron's got to go to lunch. So we're gonna run the loader, but it's been about a year, maybe even a little bit longer, since I've ran the big John Deere. So we're gonna go get us a brief relearning on it and see if we still got what it takes. Hey, Aaron. How you doing today, kid?
Good.
Good to see you. All right, Aaron, give me a brief tutorial. The main thing I forget is the load right
Okay, so
system. I remember zeroing it out and all that good stuff.
So it'll add everything every time.
We'll let you guys come inside the cab with us. All right, go ahead, sir.
All right, so it adds everything every time. You just need the clear button and the back button.
Okay.
So say that.
So we can go ahead and clear this out, right?
You can go ahead, like we'll undo that one.
Okay.
So you can see it'll subtract the last bucket I did, which evidently is nothing. It'll just toggle back and forth.
So this just does my buckets.
Yeah, so that'll take one bucket off, and then clear goes to clear, and then
check zero.
Yeah.
And you gotta need to do it curl back, right?
Yeah, curl it all the way back every time.
And I didn't look, but I don't think there's anything in our bucket.
I don't think so. Shouldn't be. I just dumped it out.
You usually give it a little bit of gas when you're raising it up?
It just speeds it up a little bit. As long as you're steady, whatever throttle you give it, just keep it the same while it's weighing.
Okay. So we're 0.20 off?
Yeah, so hit zero. Take it down and give it some more gas. Do it again. Let's see what it does.
All right. Has it been busy today?
Not too bad.
Which side of the pile are you loading on the other?
Go back side. Go ahead. Give about half. That one was more better. So you can hit the zero, and that zeroes it out, and it shouldn't ask. It probably
won't ask me again until you get back.
It's on a time thing. It's every so often it does it.
Okay.
Steering wheel or no steering wheel?
I'm gonna do the steering wheel. I can't do the joystick.
All right.
The joystick. So in this loader, you guys, so again, we're in the John Deere 844 K2. You have the capability of using joystick steering, which is really nice, but I'm old school, and I think, which one do you use?
I
use the joystick.
It's so much easier than cranking on that steering wheel. And
I know. I think for today, I'm probably going to screw up bad enough as it is. I think I'm going to stick with the steering wheel.
All right.
I'm going to stick with that. What else I need to know? We got to keep the plant fed.
Yeah.
You got the plant running today, and then we're just loading on the other side of the pile. And Aaron was saying it hasn't been too terribly busy, so hopefully I won't screw it up too bad before you get back from lunch.
No, the SRM truck is 21 tons, and then anything else is about 19.
Okay.
You should be good.
All right, I got it. Go get something to eat.
I'm gonna do it.
Hopefully the place will still be here when you get back.
Yeah.
All right, see you, buddy.
All right, man.
All right, guys. We got our little tutorial on the load right. Let me get the radio turned down. We got to put our seatbelt on so the alarm won't start dinging at us. And then I just got to get myself re-familiarized with this machine. This is a big loader. Get you guys straightened up a little bit. So this has got a 9-yard bucket on it, I think. Might be even a little bit bigger than that. It's a hell of a big loader. AC's kicking pretty good. And we want to make sure that the plant doesn't run out, so let's run over there real quick first before any trucks show up, and go ahead and feed the plant so that it can continue processing the sand for us. Now, tell you what, we'll go ahead and practice weighing the scoop that we're going to take up to the plant just to make sure that I remember how to do everything. All right, we're all zeroed out. Hopefully you guys can see there, we're all zeroed out. So we're going to take this bucket down pretty close to the ground level, and let's go ahead and give it some fuel. Pull all the way back on the hydraulic stick, and this one is 8.8 tons. So we can go ahead and get rid of that. All right, that's easy enough. And the cool thing is, as we're loading trucks, it counts, it totals up the weight for us. So we don't really have to do anything other than just scoop and put it in the truck and watch our weight. So pretty easy. Man, it's been a while since I ran this thing, you guys. This is pretty intimidating. This is a huge loader. As we start approaching the hopper, we can go ahead and slowly start raising our bucket up. This bucket's so ginormous, we need to kind of get it out of the way so that we can see the hopper. And we just kind of roll right up here, give her a little bit of brakes, and then slowly start tipping. I'm gonna go ahead and go into neutral because she's still wanting to try to go push forward. Matter of fact, let me back up a little bit so we don't dump it on the other side of the hopper. And then we can just slowly pour it right into the hopper, and then this will feed the plant. Sometimes if you get too full of a bucket and come up here, you can fill this hopper up, especially if it's got a little material in it already. You can fill it up and it dumps over the side and makes a big old mess. So we're gonna try not to do that today. And there we go. Got us 8 tons of sand in the hopper ready to be processed, so that'll be good for a few minutes, and then we'll just see if we have a truck show up. It's lunchtime, so it's possible, you know, we'll have very few trucks because obviously the truckers, they've got to eat too, and I've just got to really watch what I'm doing back in this big old monster down this ramp. We'll just watch all of our mirrors and make sure nobody. The other big thing too, running big equipment, people just like to pull up in a vehicle and park and they think you see them, but this is a huge machine, and even though it's got great visibility, you know, you can't see every angle around this loader. So you gotta be careful because people will just pull up and want to talk to you and you may not even see them. And so you heard me asking Aaron which side of the pile he's loading off of today. What we try to do with our stockpile that you see in front of us, obviously the material that we're washing right now is the wettest, and so we want to try to tell people just sand and not water. So what we'll do is flip-flop back between each side of the pile, giving, you know, that side that we're making right now, the right side, giving it time to drain, and then we'll load off of the left side. And then tomorrow or whenever they're making sand next, they'll come back over here, make it on the left side, let it drain. It's just, you know, it's just a fair way to do business because we're in the sand business, not the water business. And sometimes, you know, if for production is just really hopping and we have to sell wet sand, then it just is what it is. If they have to have the sand, they got to buy it wet. But we want to try to do the right thing and sell them a good product versus just water. So we'll go over here to this side. There's no trucks. Sometimes what will happen is if we get busy feeding the plant or doing something else, trucks can kind of sneak in on you, then they sit here for a little while, then they call you on the CB like, hey, where the hell are you? I've been sitting over here for 5-10 minutes. We got to get on the road, get on around here and load us. And there's a truck coming right now, so let's see how this goes. It doesn't look like our CB is working, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna set our park brake real quick like, and let's jump out and we'll just go talk to him real quick because I don't think he wants 19 tons on that tandem truck. I didn't want to scare you.
That's all right. How you doing?
Doing great. Yourself?
I'm well.
I didn't know if the CB worked in that loader. I'm just running it for Aaron while he goes to lunch. How many tons you want to get today, darling?
About 18.
18. Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure. All right. Well, as y'all probably heard, she wants 18 tons. So let's see how close we can get it. We'll go ahead and clear that out. Oh, come on now. Don't you start acting. Don't you do it to me. Weight discarded. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and clear it. There we go. All right, let's see what we can do, folks. Take our park brake off. And this loader is so big, it's what's considered a 2-pass loader, so it means you can generally load a tractor trailer in 2 scoops. So we should be able to easily put 18 on her in 2 scoops as long as I remember how to get a nice full bucket like that. And we'll back up. We'll go ahead and be lowering our bucket as we're backing up. As we're approaching the truck, we're going to be giving it throttle anyway, so it should register and give us our weight of this bucket. So let's see what we got. We can go ahead and start raising it up. And wow, we got a pretty big scoop. Okay, 11. So our next one, we need to try to get 7 tons. Golly, this bucket's so big, you like really have to square up over the back of the truck so that you don't dump any on the tailgate or the cab. And I'm gonna back up just a little bit. Trying not to dump it on her tarp. I accidentally got a little bit on her tarp. And you gotta be careful too not to just dump all of this at one time, because it will really literally rock their world if you just dump 11 tons onto that truck, and they will not be too happy with you. So you can see the material already in the back of the truck from that one big old scoop. Now we just got to kind of guesstimate and try to get us a 7-ton scoop. So we'll raise this one while we're over at the pile, just in case we need to add a little bit more or dump a little bit off. I'm gonna say we're just gonna you gotta guess, because you can't see in that bucket. And I probably got a little bit too much. Let's see. All right, that's our brakes. We'll give it a little gas. Raise it up. Come on. Pretty close, but we don't want her to be overweight. So let's see if we can dump a 1/2 ton off. It's really hard to judge. 1/2 ton. We'll shake my bucket a little bit. A lot of times you get in trouble and you dump too much off. Let's see, maybe a tad bit more. I'd rather her be underweight than overweight, because then she has to come back and dump some off, and it's a big pain in the butt. Okay, let me go ahead and get rid of that last bucket. So it should show, yep, right at 11. And then as we raise it up on this one, hopefully we'll be closer to our 7-ton goal. Let's see. That's much better. 17.5, I'm fine with that, and I think she will be as well. We still got it, guys. Gotta back up a little bit. I don't know why I keep getting so far forward. Come on, there you go. All right, we'll put it back and forward, trying to keep that dirt in the center of her truck. And she is good to go. Make sure it all comes out of the bucket. We'll give her the horn, and she can be on her way. So now, as long as our phone don't ring, because the CB's not going to go off, because for some reason it's not working. I'll talk to Aaron about that later. Because a lot of times at Atomic Sand in here, you know, we run on different channels, and that way it's important for the drivers to be able to communicate with the loader operator. At Atomic, it's like imperative, because we have so many different customers coming in. You can't remember what everybody wants as far as a weight to get out on the road. So you got to be in constant communication. They could want 15 tons, 18 tons, some of them 26. So for me, communication is really important, especially because now, until Aaron gets back, he knows the trucks, because it's mainly the same customers here at this site every day. I don't, so we're going to have to get off and go ask each driver what they want, and that gets a little bit aggravating. No big deal. We're just going to run this thing for about an hour. Yeah, about an hour today. But our plant's run out, because I'm running my mouth, so we got to hurry up and get over here and get another scoop and feed the plant. Nothing happens when the plant runs dry. It's just you're not making any sand, which means you're not making any money. So we want to keep her fed, keep her full, and keep that material processing as continuously as we can. Because if not, then you're just wasting resources. We're wasting power. We're wasting water. We're wasting flocculant. Flocculant is a polymer that we have to add to this plant. It makes the residual, the stuff we're washing off the sand, it makes it coagulate and settle down in the ponds, so that when our water recirculates, we're on kind of a closed loop. So when our water recirculates, we have cleaner water. All right, we fed the hungry plant. I think we're going to go back and get another bucket and go ahead and put it in there so we can top this hopper off, just in case another truck shows up. We don't want to run out again. I don't want to get a giant scoop on this one, so we'll just scoop maybe, it's probably a 3/4 of a scoop. I'll tell you guys what it weighs in a minute. And let's run up here and put it in the hopper, and always be on the constant lookout for more trucks coming in. Now as we start getting close to the hopper, again, we'll just start to slowly raise our bucket so that we can see what we're doing. I'm gonna stop a little bit shorter this time. We had 8.1 tons on this bucket here. We'll stop about right here and just slowly start tipping. And again, we don't want to dump it all on this belt either. You got a belt in the bottom of this hopper, and if you overload it, sometimes you can make it start slipping, and that's bad because if it slips enough, you're going to either tear something up, then you got to clean out this whole hopper by hand, and I'm going to tell you from experience, that is not fun. Do everything nice and slow, and hopefully we won't screw up anything, or at least not too bad. So when we bought this John Deere a few years back, I don't know if they now have onboard scale systems like Hyundai. The big Hyundais that we buy, they have built-in, you know, scale systems. So you just buy the machine, you've already got a scale system in it, which is really nice. But we had to add this Load-Right, which Load-Right's a really good company to work with, very accurate scale systems. But there is an initial cost. You know, a few years back, I think it was around 12 grand to install this particular system here. That was pre-COVID, so you know, you might be 15 or 16,000, who knows at this point. So there is some value with loader companies that go ahead and put the scale systems in at the factory, because, well, one, I'm sure they build that cost in, but you know, even after you buy like a loader like this, you still got an entire day that the machine can't be used because they have to install all the sensors and the computer system. They even have them, some that are really cool, that can print out a ticket right there in the loader. Now, we don't have the need for that because our scales, as they weigh themselves out on the big truck scales, we've got an automated set that goes, it prints a ticket right there. There's no person. But then we have a scale house too for the landfill, and an actual person prints your ticket and gives it to you and what have you. So really neat, you know, add-ons that you can do to these loaders to make them more efficient. If you're in a real remote location, you might need that printer inside the cab. That eliminates a scale house, eliminates a scale person. So it just all depends on your application and what you're doing. But just thought I'd share that with you if you guys are in this type business. That's been our experience there. Is we don't have to have the Load-Right, but you know, by the time the truck gets around to the truck scales, if it's incorrect, they either have to come back and get more, or they have to dump some off because they're too heavy. This just makes life a lot easier on your customer. So for example, over there at Atomic Sand, our other sand mine, which I've shown you guys a lot, we've got a top-off conveyor. So even though we have scales in the loader, we have truck scales, we have a hopper there that we can electrically add a little bit more sand on the truck. And the reason we have it over there and not here, that sand mine, we send a lot of sand because it's that pretty white sand. We send it up into the mountains. These guys might be going, they are going a couple hundred miles, and so they want to get every bit of material on that truck that they can to make the trip worthwhile. So we weigh it in the bucket on the Hyundai, we weigh it on the truck scales, and then if they need a little bit more, real simple, we just hit a switch and we can run them on up to whatever weight they want. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put one more scoop in the hopper. I think I saw a tractor trailer off in the distance pulling up to get loaded, so this way we won't run empty while we're around there loading him up. Pretty sure he was coming around here. I can kind of see, I'll show you guys in just a second once we get turned around a little bit. But I can see a dust trail over there on the outside haul road, and I saw some stacks, his exhaust stacks sticking up, so I'm pretty sure we got a tractor trailer be pulling up here in just a second. Yep, and there he is now. Move you guys so y'all can see as well. You can see him coming through the woods there. So we're going to come up here, go ahead and put this bucket in the hopper, and then we'll go around there and load that fella up. We got to hop off again and see how much he needs. All right, that should tide it over until we get back. Let's run around here and see how much this guy wants. And we got another tandem truck pulling in behind him, so that'll be good. We only have to get out for one time for the two trucks, but I sure do wish that this CB was working, because this would be kind of aggravating, because I don't know, all these trucks, I haven't done it in so long. I don't know what each one of them wants. Hey buddy, how you doing? My CB ain't working. How many tons you want?
About 24 and a half.
24 and a half. I'll do the best I can. I'm gonna go ask this driver too. All right, 24 and a half and 20. Y'all help me remember that. 24 and a half and 20. We can remember that. Just gotta remember to take our park brake off. All right, she's all cleared out. I get nervous because my memory sucks and we don't have the CV and I don't want to have to get back out of the loader to go ask them, but that's easy enough. 24 and a half and 20. Let's see if we can get us a hella big scoop and make this a true 2-pass. I ain't as good as they used to be, but that ain't bad right there. That's a good bit of material. Let's see if we can get, now if in a perfect world, if we get 12 and a quarter on this one and 12 and a quarter on the next one, we'll be damn good, but I wouldn't hold my breath. 11.9, man, ain't gonna happen today, folks. We're gonna have to come back and get a third little bucket full more than likely. But we're just gonna take our time and not get in a rush. I'm gonna back up a little bit so we hit the center of the truck. And one thing I struggle with is when I have trucks waiting, I'm trying to hurry up, or used to. Now, you know, it's just better to take your time and do it right so you don't mess up. That was probably gonna be right at the same weight, maybe even a little bit under. Then we'll just have to come back and grab a little piece of a bucket to put on him. But this truck has got the Tarp system that has those big old bows in the back of it. You gotta be real careful putting material on them because obviously you don't want to bend those Tarp bows, but it makes it difficult to put sand in the back because you can't tip all the way out. Man, we got 23.45. We was 1 ton shy. Back up a little bit. We got to raise our bucket all the way up because y'all can't see it, nor can I really, but that bow really trying to get in my way right now. All right, let's go back and get 1 more ton for him. That's probably the hardest daggum thing to do, is just to go back because you can't see, so you just got to guesstimate that ton. So we're just barely gonna stick our bucket in the pile right here and hope that we just get a ton. But even that little jab, which I can't even feel that material in the bucket, even that one little jab right there is probably gonna be over a ton. Yep, see we had 2.7. So let's go ahead and dump a ton out. I'm gonna say probably a ton right there. Might have dumped a little bit too much out. Now I'm getting a little frustrated. All right, we got to get rid of that last bucket. 23.45. And let's just hope and pray that that's only a ton. Yeah, went a little over. I think he'll be good with it. They're not going too far. Still not my best performance, but hey, they're not running this machine in a year. I'll take it. All right, hopefully that does him. Go ahead and give him the horn. And our next guy coming up is 20. We'll see if we can't hit him with 2 10-ton buckets. And then we got to go feed the plant because it is now dry as I'm looking back. I'll show you guys. So no sand coming off the belt up there. We'll get this fella right here loaded up and hurry around there and feed the plant. All right, gotta remember to clear this out. Let's see if we can't get 2 10-ton buckets. I don't want them as full as the last time. Maybe something about like right that. Go ahead and lower our bucket down a little bit. Back up. We want to try to hit these trucks as straight on as possible. We don't want to be in a curve while we're loading. And now we got another truck showing up. We're getting that after lunch rush, so our plant's just gonna have to stay dry for a little bit, unfortunately. Oh man, we're slack 9, so now we need an 11-ton scoop on the next one. Back up a little bit. I pulled a little bit too far forward. I like to keep it at the center of the truck at all times. All right, come on, Ryan. You can do it. We need an 11-ton scoop here, buddy. Maybe that'll do it. I feel pretty confident about it. It might be a little bit shy, but let's go ahead and go with it. I'm not going to weigh it over here at the pile. We're just going to trust that it'll be close enough to 20 to send this guy on. Look at there, 19.75. That's going to be close enough. Man, why do I keep pulling too far forward every time? There we go. That'll be much better. We'll get this guy loaded, get some sand on that next one, and get on around there and feed that plant. I hate when my plant runs dry. Wasting money. Give him the horn, and he is off to the races. We'll see if I can just hand signal to this guy and see how many tons he's needing. Gotcha. That'll save us a little bit of time. So he wants 15 tons, and we didn't have to get out of the loader. All right, let's see if we can do it, folks. We'll go ahead and clear her out. We need 2 7.5-ton scoops. Well, it's going so far. I don't know. We'll just have to see. But it's Friday, so who the hell cares? It's a good day, no matter what. It's probably gonna be about 8. I'm gonna go ahead and guess 8. And I see something right here that was not good. You see that tailgate's open? I think maybe he doesn't have his tailgate locked. I think we might need to get out and check this. I think he's jumping out of the truck too. He says it's locked, but it doesn't look like it is. Let's see what's going on with it. And look, it looks better. It had a gap in it. But it looks better now. You're good.
You say 15 minutes?
Yeah, no, 15 tons.
Oh, I had no clue.
Okay, that's usually what we put on tandems.
Okay.
All right,
Alright.
gotcha.
You said like 15 minutes.
No. All right, buddy. Okay, so maybe for him at least, my hand gestures didn't work out. He thought I meant 15 minutes before I could load him, but anyway, he didn't know how many tons he wants, so that takes the stress off of us. We'll just put 15, which is what we normally put on tandem trucks anyway, so this will be an easy one. We got his tailgate shut. I saw a big old gap in there. Sometimes these guys will forget to lock their tailgate. We'll put the sand on them, and then it just spills right out the back, makes a mess, and then you got to take a shovel and clean it out so you can get the tailgate closed, and it's just a waste of time and resources. 9 tons. We definitely got a little bit too much. And why do I keep pulling so far forward? I'm getting on my own nerves, y'all. We got to hurry up and get around there and feed that plant, man. It's really bugging me. It's just sitting over there running. We ain't making no money, it ain't making no sand. So let me see if I can't get what we need, 6-ton scoop. That might be a little bit too much. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna go ahead and weigh it over here because I think I got too much. Easy with this big old bucket. Oh yeah. Yeah, so we need to dump off 2.5 tons, and I'm just gonna guesstimate. It's about 1, 2, and a half, hopefully. Let's go ahead and weigh it again while we're standing right here. We'll get rid of that last bucket all the way down, curl it all the way back, give it some throttle, raise it all the way up, and nope, still a little bit heavy. We gotta get rid of another ton. Well, 15.9, so that's not bad. So if we just shake a little bit off, I just don't want him to get out there on the road and then get a weight ticket, and then I shook too much off dadgummit. Let's see what we got. There we go. 15 on the dot, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Gonna be a good day, folks. If I would just quit pulling so far forward. Why do I keep doing that? Oh, okay, we're not bad. There we go. Man, I ain't hit it on the nose like that. I don't even know if I did that back when I was decent at this machine. But there we go, 15 ton. Good to go, sir. All right, let's go around here and feed that plant before I freak out. We got to start making some sand and making some money. Hey y'all, so we didn't screw up anything at the sand plant nor with the loader, but kind of made a stupid mistake at the end of the video here. I had to change out the GoPro battery and forgot to turn my mic back on. So as I'm sitting here editing this for y'all, got to the end, I'm like, where's the sound? So anyway, had to just kind of cut this little clip in. Sorry about it, but there's nothing I can do. I can't go back in time and get all the audio. So appreciate you guys watching this video. Drop me a comment down below and let me know what you want to see. I appreciate all you guys' support. Our channel is starting to grow slowly, so that's awesome. So thank you very much for that, and we'll see you guys on the next video.